Yo guys, what's up? Shadow here. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Today we are going to start to work on this here thing, which is gonna be the access hangar bay, whatever you want to call this area. I'm not myself quite sure how I'm supposed to call it, because it's not just a hangar bay, it's also going to be the main access to the ship from outside, I suppose. But yeah, that is where it's going to be. This form of this thing here will change, because that's definitely not workable right now. It needs to be a little bit bigger. But I think we'll figure this out as we go along. So, I think from a size point of view, I think let's just add here a few things, shall we? I think, you know, a ship is at least going to be 4 blocks in height. It needs to clear this, to not be in danger of smacking into, I don't know, the ceiling. So I think we have to go with at least like a 4 block high construction here, something like that. You know, like that. So there is going to be the entrance. And then it probably is going to go straight for the most part, and then only here it's going to go up like that and go over into the normal part of the ship, I think. Which, if we cut these out now, that will mean... But actually, that's not that much space now, isn't it? It's actually incredibly little space. Maybe it needs to be even more, like 5.
Energy low.
Then we'll pull that a bit further back. It's not gonna be so much a trigger as it is just a access shaft. But even if we do it like that, the size is minute. And I think we'll have to dispense with this here as well, with these... With the fact that this goes up here. I think that it's not workable, because it needs that much space, so to speak. Kinda like that. It needs to go like this to the back, so it's less of a trigger, it's more of a straight intake almost. Let's actually cut all of these out, shall we?
Inventory full.
Oh, of course. Let me just weld one of those. Let's weld this one. There we go.
Energy critical.
Alright. That's still not the biggest, the most space, but I think that should work. Let me recharge my energy real quick, and then we'll think about this. Oh, also, I completely forgot. I think I was before last episode. There was another spoiler of something to come on the... I saw it on the Facebook page of Space Engineers. Off-road wheels. They look pretty cool, I have to say. The only thing that just came into my mind when I saw them, I was like, are these gonna be like functional wheels or decorative wheels, you know? Are they just gonna look like off-road wheels, or they are actually gonna have a function in some way? You know, maybe way crazier suspension or something along those lines. I don't know. That's it's kind of hard to tell right now, but yeah. I mean, we'll figure it out, I suppose, but I was wondering if those are gonna be any use, or if they're just gonna be a decorative DLC thing again. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, you know, I would rather have less, like, DLC things and more functional stuff. The problem is, of course, they cannot really sell the functional stuff, because that would make people really mad. That, understandably so, in a kind of way, because they already kind of like committed and said, yeah, we're not gonna do that. But that kind of limits them a lot of times in what they can make, I feel. I have the feeling they have a lot of ideas for functional stuff, but, you know, they have to intersperse that with a lot of cosmetic things to sell before they can go and release that. Well, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but that's how it feels to me. Also, I think I'm gonna make this kind of like a two-part thing. That there's basically this space here is gonna be the hangar space, which actually also might look different in this department here. This, the sloped style like this might not prevalent here. Maybe it's gonna be straight in to the back, and then it's gonna continue like that above. But yeah, there's gonna be the hangar space, and then above there's gonna be kind of like a control area and some gangways to walk upon, and there's also the main access to the upper levels. Something along those lines. So let me just weld a few things here. So we have a basis to go on. Also so that I get some room in my inventory. Then I think the first thing I'll have to do is to draw down the staircase to this level. Or at least to the level above, so we see what we're working with. Right. So for the stairs, we need interior plates and construction components. We shall get those. Interior plate construction. Then let's also make some more interior plates and construction components. Right, let's slap this on here. Let's see where we end up if we go down in a double slope descent. On what level we end up. That's a bit of a problem as well with if you go with these kind of stairs that always descend 2 blocks, that sometimes you will not end on the level that you wanted to end on. I think right here we might just be lucky and end up exactly where we wanted to be. Yes, we do. Okay, that's pretty good. Right, so let me get this. Oh yeah, and also we need to pull down the conveyors as well. Almost forgot about those. So that we can see how much space we have. So let me place the conveyor blocks first. They're gonna be here, here, here. Actually, we can pretty much do this for all the way down, mostly. I don't think this should change anywhere. We'll not weld these right now. We'll weld these as we go along, but, you know. There we go. That should make things a bit more clear. And then obviously we'll have these as well. Ah, this is annoying. And you have to turn these all the time. I know there's like a logic behind it sometimes where it snaps onto existing things, but if you don't have any other existing pipes, it always seems to snap in a certain direction, and I don't like that. Okay. Good. Now... Actually, this just can be straight, right? Yes, this can be a straight piece of pipe. Excellent. Okay. So here... technically, we could probably, if we wanted to. Yeah, well... No, you know what? We're gonna break up the staircase here and continue it at a different part. That's fine. This is gonna be like so. Probably also gonna... Yeah, we're gonna do it like this. Continuing it upwards like that, so it's gonna chase the staircase, so to speak. So we always have the... oh, there we go. That's correct. So that we have the conveyor belts hidden all the time. Like so. So they're nicely behind a layer of steel here. Nicely tucked away, not visible to the eye. I think that's nice. Just like that. Perfect. Ow. And then... now we'll have to kind of think about a few things. Now, this is basically where you access the checkpoint. So you come up here and then you go to the main deck access, you get checked over here, whatever. That's how it goes, right? And then from here, this is like the control area above the landing pad. Although, wait, no, I kind of imagine this to have like an open area where you can look down on the landing pad, but that doesn't make any sense because we need an airlock somewhere. Otherwise, we will have a very troublesome area here, don't we? So, I guess if we want to have an area to look down onto the landing pad, it would have to be probably glass. It's probably the only thing that would work in this instance here. So, yeah, I mean, we can decide that later. Let's just close it up for now. Make it like this. I mean, the staircase is going to be somewhere in here, for sure. And I think until we get to this place here, I think until here we can continue with this kind of design. And then here it will flare off into a different design approach, I would say. Actually, I think it's better to build this from below. I almost have the feeling. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just make this... hold on, build that real quick. Yes, that's correct. Okay. That is not. Let me just build the below of this, the lower part of this. And then we'll see how it will interact with the decorations and everything. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, let me just pump some of this stuff into here.
Energy low.
Excellent, that should have been all. Yeah, let's just get some steel plates and let's just work on the form for now. I think that's more important than the staircase right now. The form. Because we have to kind of get a visual on it, how it's supposed to look, you know? So that we can get a good feel on the actual complete look of it. And once we get this part, we can kind of, from that, learn how the top part should look like. I think it's gonna look similar. So we have this, and then we have, I think that's just one block set back, right? Yes, it is. Okay. So one block back, we have this. Do I see this correctly? I'm just gonna place the necessary blocks, not all of them. So just like that. And this is... so we have 3 and then we go back 1, 2, 3 and then the 4th one is the actual width. Okay. So let's just do that real quick. So we have another one of these here. That's 2, 3, 4, and then this is the actual... yeah, perfect. Okay. Like that. So this is how it's gonna continue. This is how it will run into the lower area. So we can
Energy
build
critical.
up onto that, essentially. Or at least that's the plan here. There we go. Now weld the top part of this so we have a good base to build on. Also so it's properly connected. Yes, let me get some more. No worries. Also, we need more energy again. Seriously, that's one of the biggest advantages in freaking creative. You never have to refill your energy. That's something that is so annoying. You know, for one, building in space is so much better than on a planet because of the zero G, but you just use energy all the time. You know, like, you use hydrogen, you use oxygen, you use basically everything. While on a planet you don't do as much, but designing on a planet is much more difficult. I rather be in space, honestly. It's easier. And it's called space engineers, not planet engineers, so... Go figure, right? Okay. Let's finalize this, at least up till here. Yeah, I think we'll build this from the bottom up, so hangar area first and then everything else. I think that makes the most sense. And I almost have the feeling the access to the next area, I'm not even sure it's gonna be in the hangar space. It might actually be, you know what, I just realized here, because we need a tight seal. Probably rather go with one of these. Same up here, potentially. Yeah. Yeah, let's rather do that. So it better be safe than sorry. But yeah, either we could have the access to the next area on the hangar floor, or we could try to, like, route down a staircase somewhere here. Actually, I kind of have to check what is more likely, what is better for this case. We'll see. Alright. So we'll have to figure out the base hangar floor. How big can we build it? It's gonna be quite stuffed, I think. There's not gonna be that much space in that hangar floor. To be fair, this is not like a huge space station where thousands of ships need to park. But I think it would be cool to have at least, let's say, like 4 ships possible for docking. Right? Now, what kind of ships, how the docking exactly works, if they're going to be actually connected to the frickin' ship system, not sure yet. Would be nice if so, but then I would have to design the ships that go on here precisely, you know? I just want to have this stuff welded so I have a good basis. Also for me, everything that's welded is done, you know? The unwelded bits always look kind of like a sketch to me, so when I'm sure of something, or at least decently sure, I'm trying to weld it at least. There we go. And then obviously one here as well. Right. So, I think we'll have... If we have 5 in height, how much do we need at least in width? 5 as well? I think we have 5 right now, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we do. So we want to have a 5 by 5, then at least, then it's that in width. If I see this correctly. Let's just floor this for now in this manner. 5 by 5. Let's just do that right now. Obviously these ones we have to weld, otherwise it's gonna be harder to access. That's not a big, voluptuous space that you're having there. It's very tightly fit, I think. If we want to have 4 ships on there, they're gonna have to be tucked away neatly, I think. We'll see, we'll see. Right. Just put these on here as well. Also, we might just have like a floor below here, just a 1-block floor below that's just gonna be for maintenance purposes, just in case if we want to have ships docking and we want to have connectors that connect with the actual ship's cargo, then yeah, we might need to use it like that. We'll see. That's a good thing about the construction right now. We do have a little bit of room to spare before we go down. The only thing that I really 100% definitely want to have somewhere down here is, well, there's going to be a room with gyroscopes, and then there's going to be a room with refineries and stuff. So that's plenty of space for that, I believe. So that shouldn't be... We shouldn't have, like, room constraints here. I don't think so. So this should be free for us to design. We can give a few more blocks in height if we need to. Almost got it, but I need more blocks anyway, so let's get them. Yoink. Yeah, nope, that's wrong. Let's actually make a few more. Also, let's make a few more displays, why not? It's always good to be making stuff. Okay, here we are.
Energy low.
Right, let me just extend this right now. I just wanted to have this welded because it neatly then covers the lower part, because otherwise it's gonna confuse me. But let's say this extends up to here somehow. Let's say it does. Then maybe part of that runway here is kind of, yeah, like a runway, you know, you'll fly like this and then you'll land like here. And then maybe back here there's going to be little alcoves, because we have a bit more space here, like little alcoves where you can actually park the ship. And then obviously only one at a time can come forward and land. That, you know, that's kind of like a given, I suppose, but I think that could work. Now, how would these look like, these alcoves? I think I would... Yeah, let's do this right now. Let's cover these. At least up to here, let's say. Probably even further. Might have to cover them up to like here or something. Because then, let's say we start here. Then we have a 1, 2... How much space do we have if we do it the same on here, this side? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we have 3 on each side, technically. I would love to have one more, but then because if we have one more, then potentially we could route down a staircase between here. One staircase that goes up to this area, and then one that goes directly down to the next. We could have enough space for that, so that we have something like...
Energy critical.
Like so. So you park your ship a little bit back there. It's really not much space, that's the problem. I mean, your ships would have to be tiny. Let me just... I think we have somewhere a ship, don't we? Oh yeah, yeah, okay, the weld ship might not be a good idea because it is actually, how you say, it has solar panels. It's not the best representation, I suppose. I think for ships to be docked in here, they would not have to be solar panel based. Would have to be reactor or battery based, one of those, or both, whatever. But I mean, yeah, the space is minute, isn't it? I mean, minus the wings now. Let's say you wouldn't have the wings. You would have to cut off this part. I mean, it would work, I suppose, but yeah, you could only have tiny, tiny ships on here. But again, this is not a space station. This is a, well, how would you call it? A big ship. But and in emergency cases, if you have like one big ship, you could technically just place it on here. Or we could just say, there's only one ship that can land on here, one at a time. Or two. Like one to the left and one to the right. And that's it. And then one in the middle. You know, people have to arrange themselves. It probably would be best if you have one at the left, one at the right or something. I have the feeling we're gonna do it like that. We're gonna say there's like space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or yeah, let's make it 6 or something. And then back here we'll have space for whatever. You know, kind of like so. And then there's gonna be the airlock. Yeah, something along those lines, I think. Because I don't want to make this wider as it already is. You know, it's already falling out of the style here of the grip. It's already like a sore stain on the design here. I don't have to kind of make it worse than it already is. Something like that? Would that make sense? I think so, right? There we go. Yeah, something like that. And then we have the airlock here, and then there's going to be the stair that goes up, and then in this part it's going to be the stair that goes down into the next area. It's not going to be symmetrical, of course, but I think that would be neatly tucked away there. That could work, right? I think that could work for the most part. Let me start welding a few things here, and I think it's gonna become clear to me how this is gonna look. But I have the feeling that's how we need to go. You know, for some reason I thought maybe because this is such a big ship, it needs to have a huge cargo or a hold where huge ships can dock, but it's neither an aircraft or a spacecraft carrier, nor is it a capital station. So this is just a big ship. That's it. Some sort of command ship. And that doesn't necessarily need to hold I don't know how many fighters and whatnot. So I think that's better. I mean, if I wanted to build an aircraft carrier, I would go differently design-wise from the start. Then this vertical hangar, or the hangar in this vertical grip room style, that would not work from the start. Or you have to completely change up the design. But yeah. So I think that's fine. It is fine for what it is, you know? Sometimes it is very tempting with when I build ships to basically put everything into one ship, you know, make it an everything ship, a ship that can do everything. It's like a mining ship, but it's also a battleship, and it's also an aircraft carrier, and it's that and this. And sometimes I have the feeling you have to say, stop, no, it's not that. That's not what it was designed for, you know? Use the right tool for the right thing. Of course, you could make a tool that does everything, but then it's probably gonna do everything not so good as the singular tool. That's mostly the trade-off if you do like a multi-purpose thing, right? That it doesn't do the thing that it does as good as the normal tool would do it. So I guess that's kind of the, not the excuse, but that's the design choice here. Well, actually, the design choice is we put something in and it does it terribly. But we have to have some sort of hangar bay where you can dock a ship and enter this ship, you know? Somehow people need to get on here, right? So... And I guess if your ship is too big to dock here, you have to have like a park nearby and then use a buy boat. I guess that's what they had to do in, like, you know, in a naval context. Because sometimes in design people compare like spaceships to naval ships, and in some aspects that works, not in all of them, but you know, if you think a normal ship, a naval ship, another ship cannot just like sit in your ship. It has to, most of the time you'll have to have a buy boat and then go over to the other ship and go on board there. You know, because having two ships so close together is often probably very annoying with like waves and such. So you use a little boat to get on into the big boat, the other big boat. So that's kind of what you would have to do here as well, I suppose, right? Okay. Okay. I start to see how this is gonna look like. Now, there's a few more things I have to think about. Firstly, how the sidewall is gonna be looking like. I have some semicircle walls in mind, but I have to see how it works with the rest of the design, I suppose. And then we'll also have to build up to the upper part of the hangar bay, to the control tower part, or whatever you want to call it. And then we'll have to engineer the staircases. They might be a bit annoying to do, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. So let me get one more load of steel plates here. I know I've been talking a lot today, but you know, sometimes I feel like doing time lapses if I think I said everything, you know, how
Energy
I'm going
low.
to do things. What the heck is going? Oh, we reached capacity limit? What? How did we do that? That is exciting and annoying. Because now I cannot store things in here anymore. I guess I'm gonna store stuff in here real quick. Okay. Good to know. Wow, why was that full all of a sudden? That was weird. Oh well, okay. That was never a problem before, was it? At least I couldn't remember that it was. And yeah, maybe when we're finished with the hangar, I'm gonna change a few things about the outer hull of the hangar, so to speak, you know? Gonna put maybe, you know, round some things off and whatnot, but that's something I'm gonna decide afterwards, once I have the full picture. Because then it's also gonna be easy to decide things like that. Right now, it looks very blocky, but we'll have to see if that's gonna persist. But yeah, this is where it's gonna go with this one. The hangar bay, or I don't know, the ship's penis, whatever you want to call it. It kind of looks that way, doesn't it? If you think of, if you think about it. Yeah, actually, unfortunately, it kind of does look like it, doesn't it? Alright, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care.